Today we're going to be doing a film analysis on the Denver Nuggets offense. They don't have the record that they're quite used to having this season, but their offense is cooking. There isn't a team out there that can beat them. Today we're going to be looking at the 30-point win against the Milwaukee Bucks and really just showcase how good and dynamic their offense can be. Between their spacing, the stars of Jokic and Murray, and the schemes Mike Malone put in place for them, their offense is so hard to stop. And in this game, Jokic had a 37-point triple-double and Jamal went for 24. So getting into the first play, this is how a lot of their offense starts, with a two-man game between Jamal and Jokic. They usually do a little dribble handoff, but this time Jokic flips the ball back to Jamal Murray. And right here, Jokic is going to set a screen on Dante DiVincenzo. He's going to jump it, expecting Jamal Murray to use the screen. We saw Jamal make a little hesitation cut, and now he's going to cut right off him, have a wide open lane. And this right here, Brook Lopez has to stay up on Jokic because he knows he's a really good three-pointer, giving Jamal Murray a lot of room. And already the spacing on this is so amazing. They're on a 5-out offense. Chris Middleton has to stick on Will Barton. He's a great three-point shooter. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors right here with the back screen. But right here, this is just to emphasize that the offense starts and stops with Jamal and Jokic. So he's going to take the cut, pull both defenders on him. And right here, honestly, what he does a lot of the time is he can flip this back to Jokic. This is a money shot for Jokic. He's hit several of these a game. But Jamal Murray's a great player in his own right. So this time he just decides to take it up, make the hard finish. But this was just to showcase the two-man game. Moving in the next play, we actually have a fake dribble handoff right here, but this is just to get the spacing of the floor. So now 3 people are on one side of the court, and now it's officially a two-man game between Jokic and this other guy. I can't really see who he is right now. But in this, what is the huge point of Jokic, the center, having the ball? This is the only shot blocker on the court right now, and he has to get drawn all the way out to help Jokic. Also the best passer on the team. Right now what we have is we have a dribble handoff. This is supposed to be a handoff, but the defender right here badly overcommits. He's anticipating it because he knows it's such a staple to their offense. This offensive player is going to promptly cut there, and Jokic keeping this shot blocker should be right here where centers normally are protecting the rim. But right now, this guy, he should be more in the corner. I think he's drifting there right now, but he's gonna the defender's gonna overcommit, and he's just gonna make a cut, and Jokic is gonna find him. So he makes the pass, and right here, I mean, what are you supposed to do? This is just why their offense is so dynamic, because right now he's on the other side of the rim. He hasn't jumped yet. This is an easy layup, but even if he did read it a little bit earlier, this guy right here in the corner is wide open. He doesn't shoot that many threes. He shoots about 2 a game, but he shoots at about a 40% clip. So this is not a hard pass to make. He can make this pass, but on this play specifically, he's just able to lay it up and just get really easy buckets. And just to show you guys, I picked this play from the Chicago Bulls game just the other night. Another fake handoff. This is kind of the same thing. This is supposed to be a dribble handoff. Will Barton's about to get it, but on this play, defender overcommits. Shot blocker is not where he's supposed to be. He's not protecting the rim. And this is Jamal Murray in the corner right here. I think this is a Zach LaVine. He has to stay so close on it. He could probably cheat and be a little bit more right in here, but the defender already sees this. He jumps it. Will Barton has the instinct to cut to the basket. Again, Jokic just finds him. So this is not from the Milwaukee game, but just to drive home the point that this is a huge part of their offense. This is about one of the easiest baskets you'll get in an NBA game. Back to the Bucks game, this is actually an example of how much worse the offense is when Jokic isn't on the court. Backup center Isaiah Hartenson is in the game right now and sets a really shitty screen, doesn't get a part of him, doesn't cause the switch. And also Brook Lopez is able to stay off of him, so even if he does get the switch, he's in really good position to do this. So not much really happens on this play because Jokic isn't in the game. He doesn't set a good screen. Defender doesn't have to respect it, doesn't cause the switch. But fun fact, Will Barton was actually the #1 shooting guard in the nation coming out of high school. So even though they got some bad offense, it led to a bucket like this. They do have skill apart from Jamal Murray and Jokic. And that's just an example of when Jokic isn't on the court, they can still create offense, but it looks a lot less effective. And this next point really just drives the point home. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is Jokic on the court, same scenario. He's going to set the screen, cause the double team. It doesn't cause the switch, but causes the defender to sink. And look at this. Look at all this space. This defender needs to be out here. But if he isn't right there, this guy hasn't beat around the corner. He's going to float to the corner. These guys are going to rotate up. He's going to be a cutter. But right now, Jokic on the court. The other Isaiah Hartenson hasn't shot a three-point shot all year. So Jokic being in the game, this is just a wide open bucket, and Jokic is going to drill this shot. Wide open three-pointer. This play actually just made me crack up more than anything because Milwaukee is getting killed right now. They're really having a hard time stopping anything the Nuggets are doing. And Brook Lopez is tapping in and out of the paint, and it honestly looks like they're in the zone, just where Giannis is at. And I mean, he's not really guarding anyone. This is a literally 2-3 zone in the NBA. And so what the Nuggets are going to do is they're going to get in a 1-3-1. So it legit looks like I'm watching a high school game. And so against the zone, I mean, what you want to do is you want to attack the center of the defense, and already they're out of position. So what you want to do is you want to get your best player in the center, and there's so many things he could do right now. He could ISO him. He can easily get around Brook Lopez. He has to step up. This guy has to take the cutter. Giannis should rotate right now, but he's not doing anything. Will Barton's going to sink to the corner. And what I love about when Jokic gets the ball is it doesn't stick to his hands. And so and especially with the Nuggets offense, there's about 3 things that could go well on this play. Jokic could shoot it probably right now. He could make this dump pass because I don't think the defender is going to get there in time. But Jokic makes a very, very quick decision immediately, makes a no-look pass. Ball doesn't stick in his hands. Wide open Will Barton in the corner for 3. I mean, if Milwaukee's going in the zone, you should feel really confident about the game and how it's going because that is just embarrassing. This next play is actually Mike Malone's schemes and knowing what the Nuggets are good at and using it to their advantage. So this is actually another fake dribble handoff, but it's intentional. This guy's going to come down and set a screen for Jamal Murray. So now Dante DiVincenzo's been screened once, and now he's getting screened twice for the second time. So he got screened here, now he's got screened here. They're not calling switch, so DiVincenzo's going to try and fight around it, but at this point in the play, he is so far out of it already, he's just almost a non-factor. And so Jamal's going to drive the ball, and look at right here. He has 3 good options he could do. Drew Holiday overcommits off of his guy, so now Will Barton is wide open again. We've already seen him hit a few shots. He finished the game with 14. Again, Jokic is going to be open. DiVincenzo didn't call switch, so he's still on Jamal Murray. This is wide open, but the problem with Milwaukee is they didn't really commit to anything. So even though they could get these wide open 3-point looks, they don't even commit to Jamal Murray. They both make a loose attempt, and it's just an easy offense. So this is a scheme where, let's go back, where they use 2 screens, the fake dribble handoff, just to get the players out of position, get DiVincenzo way out of the play, and now they have 2 open looks from 3. Jamal Murray is an all-star player, caliber player, and is just able to make this easy read. So this next play is just such an effective way to get an ISO ball. So at this point in the game, Jokic has 31 points. He's been cooking Brook Lopez all night. Jamal Murray sees that he gets the ISO and is going to go float all the way over there. So now it's completely spaced out. And why this works exactly is because right now you have Jamal Murray, really good 3-point shooter, Will Barton, really good 3-point shooter, and Michael Porter Jr., who we haven't even talked about yet, which is scary because he's a huge X factor on this team. You can't come in double because right now Jokic is the best passer. He can make all 3 of these passes. This guy's kind of out of it. He should probably sink more to the corner or if he drives. But this is a strict ISO on Brook Lopez. And right now with Jokic having 31, he has the hot hand. He's just able to do stuff like this. Does this really goofy off one leg. But this is just the Nuggets knowing that they have their best player on the court has the hot hand against a favorable matchup. 3-point shooters that can all space the ball, and once your best passer can make all 3 of these passes, this is just going to be a true ISO. Literally nobody's in a 10-foot radius in this, and so even when you see ISO ball in the NBA, people are able to cheat or make it a little bit more hard on the player, but on this Nuggets offense, just the way it was schemed open, it's impossible. So the theme of today's video is there's multiple options that could go right. Usually in the NBA, getting buckets, there's going to be really good defense, and the offense is just better. But in the Nuggets case, their schemes and their players have allowed them to get multiple open looks. And so this is something the Celtics run a lot. It's kind of like, I call it a tunnel screen, because Jamal Murray is going to come screen here, Jokic is going to come screen here, and the idea is the ball handler gets in the middle of this, and it's going to create a lot of chaos. The defense has to have very good communication on this, and the Celtics run this a lot with Kemba Walker. So there's the first screen from Jamal, kind of a weak screen, just draws the switch though, but then Jokic gets the second screen, gets another switch. Actually, they foul in double, and right here, this is what 3 things can do. This defender is sunk all the way into the paint. Michael Porter Jr., a really good, capable 3-point shooter, is here to knock down the shot. Jamal Murray is floating but could stay right here. This is an easy dribble pass. Jamal can make this, or he can go up and contest because this isn't the shot blocker. Jokic has attracted the shot blocker. Having your center being able to space the floor is just so huge, and there'll be a lot less blocks. And as we see, He takes the ladder in this, decides to make the tough finish, actually gets the and one. But in this position, he could have had Jamal Murray, and he could have had Michael Porter Jr. wide open in the corner for 3. But this is a scheme that the Celtics run a lot. It's very effective, and the Nuggets run it. I've seen like 3-4 times a game. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been wanting to do film analysis videos forever on this channel, but I just got this little trackpad drawing thing. It's all fancy, and I was able to do it finally. Let me know if you like videos like this, but I just want to emphasize, I love watching the Denver Nuggets offense. It's so dynamic, and a lot of times in the NBA, you just see very good individual scorers, like we saw with Will Barton when the offense doesn't go that well. But with Jokic and Murray and just their chemistry, the high IQ of Jokic to run the offense, draw away the shot blocker, just everything about it is just so dynamic. And when they're rolling, there is not a single team that can beat them. Even one of the best regular season team, arguably, the Milwaukee Bucks, they beat them by 30 points. It wasn't even that close. All the other players were playing, so it was a lot of fun to make, a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Comment who you want me to do next. I can go do a team or a player, anything you want. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.